Hey, how you doing? We got some images from a couple weeks ago to share with you here. This may or may not be an airplane, but I kind of doubt it. This is another image here. Hang on, there it is. This is another image taken the same night that I enhanced here. And you can see that's obviously not a airplane flying along. It's something else that kind of going into a plasmic state, the way I see it. And this is another image from that night. And these things get out of here and dance around. I really don't have a clue what they are, but when it comes to lights in the sky, you just don't have part of the sky light up. There has to be some kind of physical object that's causing that to happen. An LED, flashlight, a strobe, anything like that's got to have some kind of a physical construct to it. So that's what I've been after, is trying to figure out what these things are. Because, like I said, the sky just does not decide to light up in a particular area with, nothing being there. So these are some actual photographs here. I'll show you some screen grabs from the video here in a minute, but these are actual photographs here. You can see on the right hand side, it looks like it's not quite powered up, and then it, powers up to red. So that's not something that an aircraft strobe would do. Aircraft strobes will either be on or they'll be off. They don't power up and then come on. They're rather immediate. That's why I think this is not an airplane. Now, there was no fog or clouds out. There was some humidity, so I don't think these things are getting any kind of atmospheric distortion to speak of. I mean, it is a little bit of a telephoto distance, but again, this here was in the background. Let me enhance it here, and you can see it's kind of got a plasmic form to it, kind of a six-sided configuration, so to speak, but that just does not fit in the aircraft lighting category in my book. But anyway, this is the video here, and you'll see it kind of wind down in a couple areas where the light itself is not very bright at all, and that'll show up in the enhanced screen grabs that I do here later on. Really gives it an interesting configuration. Now, like I said, I was tracking this with infrared, and I've got my video camera sitting next to it. That's how I get these videos here, some of them. So I'm trying to keep track of this with my infrared camera and film it with the other camera. And these flashes and blinks on here, the direction it was going from my right to the left there, it should have had some green going on, and as it is, it just didn't. I mean, I'm getting some red and some white flashes going on, but this particular color here is not, standard procedure for aircraft avoidance lights. And you can see this, kind of six-sided configuration, but it constantly is changing. So it tells me that this has got to be some kind of an object made out of some kind of material that I just don't quite understand. Again, these are screen grabs here. And you can see, like I said, it changes shapes, and within the structure and the form itself, you can see different areas and levels of energy being produced. An aircraft strobe or a light's going to have a central filament that lights up, consistently, and it's not going to give you these different lighting configurations. It kind of goes from looking solid to a plasmic state. Now, this is one of my favorite screen grabs right here. It's kind of got a couple different colors going on, which I don't attribute to lens flare at all. It just doesn't add up. Like I said, I could be way off base on these, but I'm thinking that this is an individual object of some kind out there flying around. Now, this is an enhanced screen grab. of that, that one I just showed you there. And you can see the different areas and levels of what I call magnetic resonance. And I don't know why this particular filter does that or shows this up like that, but it sure does. And it just makes for some interesting, captures as far as photography goes. Now here's one of them where the screen grab is, of one of those lighter flashes, and you can see the energy levels distributed unevenly throughout the surface of the object, which again tells me that this probably is not an airplane strobe going by. I mean, it's too gnarly looking, in my opinion. It's got to be something else, and it maintains that six-sided configuration quite often. And this particular screen grab here, you can see several different points or areas of intensity going on, which again leads me to believe that's not an airplane light going by. So what they are, I sure don't claim to know, but they are something, you know. What I don't know, but they're out there, so it's kind of fun trying to film them every now and then. So, well, anyway, I appreciate you having a look at this, and take care out there for sure, whatever you're doing. Appreciate you watching. Thanks.